So last year, I mean, let's be honest about this. Most of you have pom-poms. You're little fanboys. And Uncle Colin comes in. I'm the grown-up without the emotion. And I tell you what's going to happen. And you fight and yell and scream. And I'm always right. And so with Cleveland last year, it was like embarrassing. Like I just pounded you all year long. And I said, they're not going to be a playoff team. You're going to be under 500. And it wasn't that difficult. This year, I'm like, yes, you're going to be above 500. It's very obvious, and I'll tell you why. So PFF came out with the strongest and the weakest schedules. Now, every year when the schedules get released, I make a big deal out of it.
A big deal.
And all of you push back and say it doesn't matter. You're wrong. Schedules matter. So PFF says the Browns, Arizona, and Baltimore have the easiest schedules. Toughest are Atlanta, Carolina, and Vegas. So let's take the Cleveland Browns because that's the team I talk about a lot, and everybody thinks I'm always wrong, although I'm always right. So last year, Cleveland, this is why I said Cleveland wouldn't work. And I could not believe all the media people that bought into the nonsense. It was like the Tim Tebow story. The media doesn't want to get any pushback on Twitter, so it's like, Tebow, it's God, it's divine. Tebow can't quarterback in the NFL. He can't throw the ball. Stop it.
Okay.
Believe in your convictions, especially if you're right. And so Tebow can't play in the NFL. 90% of the media just caved on that. And 90% of the media caved on Cleveland. It was real easy why they weren't going to win. Baker was in his first full year of starting. Freddie Kitchens was in his first year as a head coach, even at high school. And the weakness of the team was the offensive line. If you went to their schedule, here's the coaches, 7 of the 8 coaches they faced last year to start the season. Mike Vrabel, Sean McVay, John Harbaugh, Kyle Shanahan, Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick, and Vic Fangio, who I think is a great defensive coach. They were going to get the hell knocked out of them.
Wait a minute. Is he saying that coaching matters? Wait, is that what he just said? Is he saying that coaching matters? That it makes a difference? Oh. Okay.
It was the easiest prediction I ever made. And I also told you they'll get real hot at the end of the year, which they sort of did. The reason I like Cleveland this year, go and look at the first coaches they face. After John Harbaugh, it's Zach Taylor. I don't know if he's a good coach with a rookie quarterback. Ron Rivera implementing a new system with Dwayne Haskins. I don't know if he's a good quarterback. Mike McCarthy and Dak. They've never worked together before. Frank Reich and Phillip Rivers. They've never worked together before. 2 weeks later, Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow. They've never worked together before. And then it's John Gruden and Derek Carr. I don't even sure they get along. Cleveland's going to win a bunch of games this year. They're going to go 9-7 or 10-6, just like last year I said they'd go 7-9 or 6-10.
He was public enema, Anthony.
This is an easy one. If you don't have a superstar quarterback, and Baker's not a superstar quarterback, it becomes really important to get a scheduling break.
9,
if you got
5,
Wentz,
6.
if you got Mahomes, if you got Wilson, if you got Lamar, you got Aaron Rodgers. The schedule's not something I spend tons of time on.
Right.
When you have Sam Darnold, Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield, Kirk Cousins, I pay attention to the schedule. Those games are going to be inches, not feet. Cleveland will be good, and they'll be, as long as the numbers balance out, a playoff team this year. They're not going to beat Baltimore. I think they'll beat
Jordan
Pittsburgh.
Fountain, I like that. Doesn't know his head from his ass.
If they miss it, they're 9-7 and they lose some tiebreaker. But stuff isn't difficult. Schedules matter, especially if you don't have Patrick Mahomes at quarterback or Russell Wilson. I've always thought Doug Williams, a coach, goes out and says, Dwayne Haskins, second-year quarterback, Washington. Last 2 years, nobody's been drafted with more arm talent. So this has always been, what does arm talent mean?
What is arm
Jay
talent?
Cutler had a strong arm, but I always thought he threw a hard ball. It was hard. He didn't always have a good touch. Big Ben has a huge arm.
Big Ben.
But I always feel with Cam and Big Ben, big arms, so often the receiver has to wait or it's behind the receiver. It's never in stride.
Right, never in stride.
What does it mean? I'll give you an example. So when I started out in this business 25, 30 years ago, in radio, voice mattered.
Voice mattered.
In fact, I was thinking of smoking Marlboros and changing my name to Sky Bannister. And just, I'm Sky Bannister, and my hair's made of wood. And then I thought, after about 10 years, voice doesn't really matter. And with podcasting, it doesn't matter at all. And with digital, it doesn't matter. Voice no longer matters doing radio. Are you compelling? Is your content good? Mark Levin does a radio show. It's a conservative radio show. He's got an annoying voice. He's got a huge audience. It doesn't matter anymore. People are into content. They don't care about voice. But in radio 25, 30 years ago, you'd watch game shows and radio shows. It was ballsy. Guys were barfing on the mic. And it's the same thing. It used to be in the NFL. You had a big, strong arm. But the game has changed. We don't have huddles. More of the decisions have been made at the line of scrimmage. The quarterback has more power than ever. The receivers are more talented. There's more ad-libbing going on. And so when I think of arm talent, I think of, do you throw a catchable ball? Is it in stride?
Okay.
Do you throw a soft, deep ball with a feathery touch that drops down from the sky like Seattle soft rain? Do you throw a ball so you don't set your receiver up to get smoked? Now, Mahomes and Carson Wentz can throw it from different angles, but a lot of times with Wentz, it's behind the receiver. Sometimes Mahomes isn't even looking at you and takes big risks, which can sometimes get the receiver in trouble. Now, I don't like the term arm talent.
Jared,
but if I was an NFL receiver and you asked me who threw the softest deep ball, the most catchable ball, almost always a tight spiral. We've all played catch before. If Joy and I played catch, it's always easier to catch a spiral than a wobbly football. Especially if there's any elements like rain or wind, it makes the wobbly throw. That's why Peyton Manning was very, very good in a dome. He never threw a beautiful football. I don't want a hard thrower. Kaepernick, Jay Cutler, Big Ben, Cam sometimes. It doesn't feel, it's hard. It's behind the guy. This is what I call arm talent.
Arm talent.
Feathery soft on the deep ball.
Feathery soft.
Receiver gets hit in stride. You don't set receivers up to get smoked.
Don't get them
We make eye contact. You lead me regularly. Here's my guys. When I watch NFL games, Russell Wilson, I think, throws the most catchable deep ball easily in the NFL. I don't think it's close. Brady and Breeze almost always hit a guy in perfect stride.
Brady and Breeze.
I think Kyler Murray throws the tightest ball in the league, and I think Goff may be second in the league on the deep ball. I mean, honestly.
You had me there for a minute. Jared Goff, he must not remember about when Jared Goff was in the Super Bowl. Do you remember those two late, deep passes where he had guys wide open, but he was so late? How late was he? Man, I went out, got me a hot dog, hot dog. They forgot to put the chili on it, so I went and took it back. Hey, I need my chili and onions on it, And came back out there. Oh, damn, I forgot to drink. So I went back and got a drink to go with the hot dog that they forgot to put the chili. And then I said, can you put a few onions on there too? And then went back. And that's when the pass finally ended up getting there. It was late. Jared, come on, man. See, this is the kind of shit that they do. This is the kind of shit because we're talking about the cow turd right now. Because there's no way in the world you have Jared Goff on a list and don't have Pat Mahomes. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work. This is where they're full of bullshit. I'm sorry, I sneezed on that one, Hold on. Bullshit! Excuse me, I had a cough there, Forgive me. I just had a little tickle in my throat here, but hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, it don't work without you guys. Let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. That's right. We got them working. We are up in here, and it is Friday night, and I just got paid. Well, actually, I didn't get paid. I didn't get paid. Didn't get paid, but it's Friday night, Jordan Fountain, how are you doing? PC, what's up, 76? Zeke fan, Ethan Hugh, Gridiron Yucky, our resident San Francisco 49er fan. There's Purge Squad in the house. There's Zeke fan. What's up, Zeke fan? Billy, how are you doing? Billy, don't you lose my number or my channel either. James, if Collins keeps this up, he's going to be like Piglet. I got to unblock that one. Watch the language because that'll actually block that'll hide them and stuff there. How you doing, Mark? Beachhead, what's up? Zachary, Bobby Ice, Bobby, how you doing, Bobby? Carlito, is it Carlito's way? George, what's up? Blake A, Philly Special, oh lordy, there goes the neighborhood. Q in the house, Mike J in the house, Alan Williams, all them boys. Jordan Fountain, Ohio Cowboy Lynch, Andrew Young, Tracy Queen. Dad, we got all kinds of people up in here. How's everybody doing? Twan, what's up? Hey. Rodney. All right, everybody, man. We got Eddie. James, my bad, Mark. That was too much. Nah, it's cool. Just be cool. It's cool. Ed 956, Jared, Daniel, what's up, cuz? Cuz we got your stuff stained last night. We stained it last night. Had to go to Waynesboro. We're gonna be varnishing over the weekend. Did you get the countertop yet? Did you get the countertop? We need to get that together. Did I get your pick, Lorenzo? I don't know if I did or not. I'll be honest with you. I've been literally going all over. Miss Jackie. Oh, Miss Jackie. She's always keeps me in the news. Can't touch this. Do. Zachary. Daniel. OB1 Hesh. Special Boys fan 63. Kevin. Okay. All right. See that. Now you guys. Danny Forster. See. Now you guys are. Brother Spock. Philip Vance. Drew. Ethan. Q. Crystal May, good Lord. Okay, see now you're all T-Swivel. See, everybody wants to give a shout out. Is that what it is? Trey Arts, 2008, Full Blast 2 times. Andrew Martinez. How's everybody doing this Friday? Okay, let me speak. Can I? Okay. Derek Young, the Raven fan. Oh, man. What about Lamar? Oh, yeah, exactly. What about Lamar Jackson? Seriously. Rolando, Crystal May, Big Bear. Big Bear, were you the one that chased Clinton Ha-Ha-Dix? Was that you? Was that you, buddy? Blake A, Eddie Truitt, JVHW, Fernando, Dave Moore. Good God. Leak. Okay. Oh, man. See, you must be an Eagle fan. I shouldn't even said your name. Damn. Michael Leonard. Ruben, where you been, man? I ain't seen you in a while. Allen. 49ers and Rockets #1 fan. Joseph Danner. You know I'm a name butcher. So, we got a lot of things going on right now. Now, it's so funny. Now here's the thing. Everybody's always talking about my quarterback. We all know I am down with Dak Prescott being our Dallas Cowboys quarterback. I will always like Dak Prescott on and off the field. I saw something in him back when he was in college. I knew that this was the guy that could help the Dallas Cowboys. And in my mind, he has done a great job. For a guy that didn't cost us, let's just think, I want you to think about this something. Dem Boys DVS, show you out. Oh, shout you out. Okay, I shout Dem Boys DVS. Okay, Roger, how you doing? I want you to think about this. Think about the Washington Redskins. Let's just take the Redskins for example. They paid Donovan McNabb $40 million for 1 year. They signed him to a couple-year deal, and they got rid of him after 1 year. $40 million. Then they took another one, and a second to move up to get RG3. Now, RG3 played good his first year because it was Mike Shanahan with the pistol offense. People didn't know how to react to it. They could get him outside. He could run before he got his leg messed up. Got him to the playoffs that 1 year. After that, 3 #1s and a second for 1 season. Fortunately, they also drafted Kirk Cousins in that. Kirk Cousins wasn't great. He wasn't bad. I think he went to the playoffs for them once. They ended up spending $20 million 1 year, $24 million the next year. Let him go, got nothing for him. They spend $74 million for Alex Smith, right? Who messes up his leg middle of the year and still are paying him this year. They're still paying Alex Smith this year. then use a number 1 for Kyler Murray. That is the last 10 years for the Washington Redskins. 4 number 1 draft picks, 4 number 1s, a second, a fourth. $40 million to Donovan McNabb, $73 million to Alex Smith, and still don't know that they have a quarterback. We drafted Dak Prescott with a 4th round pick. He started 4 years, hasn't missed a single game, been to the playoffs once, has 2 division titles. He cost a 4th round pick. I'm sorry, Haskins. You're right, Danny. Brain fart. I've been on the road all day. Forgive me. I do make mistakes, okay? That's pretty good. Now, the funny thing is every so often we'll hear something where Dak Prescott's in the top 5 or top 10 of this statistic. And people will say, they're just cherry picking. Carlos Fisher, thank you very much for that super chat, man. Cowboys for life. It feels like a life sentence right now. It really does feel like a life sentence. It's just been too damn long since we've seen our team in the big dance. But back to the whole thing with Dak Prescott. It's amazing because you'll hear a statistic and they'll say, oh, well, he didn't make it to the playoffs. Oh, he sucks. It's not it. You're cherry picking the stats. And they just won't believe any of them. But at some point, when you see stat after stat after stat after stat, where you consistently see Dak Prescott in almost every single stat, you have to start looking around and saying, maybe the problem isn't Dak Prescott. Maybe the problem is some other things. And Colin Cowturd over here just gave a pass to Faker Mayfield because he said a coaching. Didn't you hear him say that? He said Freddie Kitchens. He's not a great coach. He's going against better coaches. So when you had Jason Garrett going against Bill Belichick, don't you think that Bill Belichick might be just a little bit better than, say, a Jason Garrett? You think Peterson is a little bit better than Jason Garrett? I think a ham sandwich is a better coach than Jason Garrett. Because one of these other statistics, it's like on a daily basis. And you say something about it, and they're going to say, oh, you're just cherry picking it. You're just cherry picking the stats. So Pro Football Focus, you remember last year how everybody was, skip. The boys at Pro Football Focus, the boys at Pro Football Focus, they watch a lot of football. Skip. They watch a lot of football. They know what they're talking about. Because, see, last year what they said was Dak Prescott was a Tier 3 quarterback. Tier 3 is what they said last year. Now, that was then, this is now. Going through this year, when they go by the statistics, they said Dak Prescott actually against playoff teams, his numbers, his statistics, the job that he did was top 5. And I think about a game like, say, Minnesota, for example. Minnesota, and I think, wasn't Tyron Smith out that game? Wasn't La'el Collins out that game? Was that one? Or no, was that the Jets? I might be wrong on that one. But either way, he had 397 yards passing in that game. 3 TD passes, 1 interception. We had a kicker miss a kick. We had the Vikings consistently have great field position because, for example, when we miss that kick, they get the ball on like the 42-yard line. Or no, I'm sorry, 38-yard line. Great field position, whereas we had to go all the way down, every time. And in a game where Zeke Elliott had 42 yards rushing, Dak had us down in the red zone in a matter of like 2 minutes for what could have been the game-winning score. But our coach took the ball out of his hands and said, nah, we're going to run Zeke Elliott a couple times. in which case we lost yardage. And we lost the game. 397 yards. I think about the playoff game against Green Bay his rookie year, where he had 303 yards passing, 3 TDs, and it ended up being a miracle play by Aaron Rodgers that ended up sealing the victory for them. So do we look at that and say we lost because of Dak Prescott? No, we lost as a team. And if you look at the history, Cowboy fan 421, I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm telling you, I'm great. Okay? Dak will shine this year. Well, hopefully we'll see him on the field shining. But if you look at the history of Jason Garrett and think about how many times we had playoff games or playoff-like games and we failed. We failed 8-8, 8-8, 8-8 against the Giants, the Redskins, and the Eagles. These were games, and it wasn't Dak Prescott. It wasn't Dak. 2 of them were Tony Romo. There seems to be a pattern of big games that the Dallas Cowboys just had a way of always losing. And that started well before Dak Prescott got here. And that's where you start kind of have to look around at some of the other stuff that's going on and realize that it's not all quarterback on winning and losing. It's important. It's important. He's got to do his job, but he can't make up for a kicker. He can't make up for a defense that can't stop. He can't make up for the offensive line. He is only one of 22 starters. And we have to start recognizing that this right here, we got 99 problems, but I don't think that Dak's one of them. If we can do a little better at getting takeaways, we can do a little bit better at stopping a run. If we do a little bit better at kicking the football. If we can do a little bit better when Zeke gets outside, he can get that little extra yard or two after contact. These are all things that make a difference in winning because it's a team. It's just a little bit from everybody. And so that's where you have to start looking at this stuff and thinking and realizing that it's more than just one guy. Bad coaching loses games. Can't touch this. I'm serious. You can't touch this. I'm telling you. We've had too many times where you've seen poor clock management, bad play calling. I mean, we had it all. It was always like with Jason Garrett. It was like it was on-the-job training. You weren't qualified for the job, but we're going to see who's going to do it. It's TCU Mark in the house. What's up, man? What's up? It's TCU Mark in the house. How are you doing? Oh, Mark Tourette. Hey, Tourette. How you doing, man? Just say you want a perfect scenario. Beachhead, I hate to tell. See, I see you're a hater. It has to be a perfect scenario just about for everybody. Because I'll be honest with you, Pat Mahomes had this defense not stepped up in that fourth quarter, got a couple of takeaways. He's not winning the ring. He's not winning the ring. To win a Super Bowl, you need a lot of things to go right for you. I can think of one year that let me give you a perfect example. I want to say it was the year that the Giants beat New England when they were going undefeated. That season was crazy because there were so many different games. I believe they made it as a wild card. I want to say they made it as a wild card, okay? But there were so many games that they shouldn't have won. And I'll give you a perfect example. They were playing against the Cardinals. It's late in the game. They're behind. Pass. Eli Manning. Receiver catches the ball. He's trying to hurry up. He puts the ball on the field and leaves it. He was never touched. Never touched. The officials missed it. Arizona picked up the ball. Referee spotted the ball right there. It's like, wait. We never touched him. He was never tackled. He left the ball on the field. The call was an awful call. NFL came back, of course, on Monday and said, oh, that was the wrong call. It should have been ball, Arizona's, in which case they run out the clock, they win the game. And they lose that game. The Giants are 8-8 instead of 9-7. And don't make the playoffs, in which case they don't go on to beat New England. That wasn't skill. That was damn luck. That was having some shit that was beyond being perfect. Sometimes you get lucky and get calls that make a difference in winning. We never get those calls. You can say you got everything perfect. We have things that always go against us. In that same Green Bay game, we get called. Look, first down, look, great pass, boom, first down in the red zone. It gets called back because they said, oh, too many people in the huddle, 15-yard penalty. Instead of being first down on like the 22-yard line, okay, with momentum, it ends up being first and 25 from like the 45. In which case you don't get the score. These are things that kill a team. Now you're saying, oh, everything's got to be, no, it doesn't be perfect, but you can't expect for one great quarterback to win a Super Bowl with nobody else doing anything. That is the definition of freaking insanity. This is the same guys who listen to the Colin Cowherds and figure, I know football. He can't beat teams. It's not he. The Dallas Cowboys couldn't beat last year teams that were playoff teams. Go the year before. They go up to Philadelphia, Super Bowl champions, beat them. They beat New Orleans. New Orleans, who should have been the Super Bowl that year. Okay? Right? They go and beat Philadelphia a second time. They end up beating like 4 teams, and every week was a must-win situation because they start out 3-5. See, people forget about that year. Some years you have great years and can do great things. Because, see, people forgot about Carson freaking Wentz the year before, didn't they? Who was 5-6. And the only team that he beat with a winning record, and it wasn't a winning record when they played, was the Colts. The Colts that were 1-4 when they played them before they went on a run and made the playoffs. He was 5-6. But for some reason, they forget about that. They forget, don't they? It was Nick Foles who came in, won 4 games in a row. 4 games in a row, and got them to the playoffs. Without Nick Foles, they don't make it. Now, you Eagle fans in here, you can act like that doesn't exist. You can think that he's the greatest, and I'm happy that you think that he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's a good quarterback. He ain't all that they all make him out to be. All right? Just saying. In other news, Zeke Elliott. Damn. Zeke. Oh, damn. I feel like Zeke Elliott was kind of set up. I feel like TMZ set us up. TMZ, who interviewed Zeke Elliott, hey Zeke, we want to talk to you. See how you doing after the coronavirus and everything, right? So they get that 3.5-minute interview, and he's talking to them and everything else, and how he feels and everything else and stuff. And then they asked about his dog. He asked about his dog. Oh, can we see your dog? So he's, oh yeah, this is my dog, my Rottweiler and stuff. Oh, get a picture. You heard him. Get a picture. Yeah, get a picture. Right. They got a picture. And then it seems like then this morning we see TMZ with an article about Zeke Elliott's being sued by the pool cleaner. Apparently she went in the backyard, his Rottweiler, and he's got 2 pit bulls attacked her. And I'm not saying that was okay. It's not. I mean, but you don't just go into somebody's backyard without. I wouldn't. I'm not setting foot in anybody's yard unless they know. I'll knock on the door and I'll say, Mark, coming in. Okay. Pool cleaner, I'm coming in. And I'm not saying that Zeke's not at fault. I mean, you got to but they're on their own base. She gets bit. She goes to the hospital, supposedly has surgery. And she's suing for, they said more than 200,000, but less than $1 million. More than 200, less than $1 million. So there's that story that's out there. So it's one of those. Danny loves baseball cards. Haha, what's up, man? Never kneel to the mob. Okay. Russell Branham. Shane, what's happening? Twan, how you doing? Alan Williams. So we've got that in the news. hopefully the person's okay. Hopefully you get the thing settled out, and this isn't becomes a distraction. And more importantly, hopefully Zeke Elliott is okay. And it's no, I didn't say it's her fault. I'm just saying no, I did not. Listen, I'm not putting blame anywhere. However, what I'm saying is you shouldn't be entering somebody's property unless they know. I mean, like here's the thing. I got exterminators come through. I got Roscoe over here. Roscoe cute. But if Roscoe don't know you the first time you come in here, he's gonna snap at you. He will snap. Hey, I tell people, don't just walk in the house. Do not walk in the house. He's got to get used to you. Once you come in, have a seat, he's cool. But I know he's old and crotchety like me. And if you mess with me, I'm gonna bite you. Okay? You're gonna be taking me to court because I'm gonna bite you because I'm grumpy too, like an old dog. I know this about the dog, so I make sure that nobody just walks in. When the exterminator comes in they listen, don't come in my backyard unless I know, so I can close the dog door, because the dogs can go out in the backyard, do their business. I know that this is what I do, and I make sure that if you carry your ass in my backyard and you don't have business being there or don't let somebody know, it's on you. It's on you. He's not out running the streets biting somebody. He's in his house. So if you're coming to my house, then you need to let me know. I'm not saying that it was okay for his dogs to bite her. I'm not. However, you got to know when you're going into somebody's house what you're going into, because it could be somebody walking around with a gun. You in my backyard. I don't know you. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Look, Roscoe's like, you talking about me? Yeah, I'm talking about you, Roscoe. I'm talking about you. See the tail? You see the tail right there? Yeah, Roscoe, we see your tail. See? He's like, oh, somebody's in the backyard. Should I go bite him? Should I go bite him? Oh, yeah. Roscoe, yeah. So see, Roscoe, like I said, I don't want anybody's dog biting anybody. I'm just saying that sometimes things happen. Okay, so we've got that. Yeah, Roscoe. Okay, Roscoe, you got your 5 minutes of fame there, buddy. Okay. Howard Floyd, what's up, man? Man, Howard, man, you're gonna claim me on your taxes. You're gonna have to claim me on your taxes. Appreciate the super chat there, buddy. Other news: Jadeveon Clowney. Remember when free agency was about to start and they was talking about the biggest, hottest names out there in free agency? Jadeveon Clowney. Isn't it amazing? Mark, you finally got the light. You mean that? Oh, yeah, I finally got it fixed. Yeah, I finally got it. But everybody's, oh, man, Jadeveon Clowney. And see, Seattle made that trade for him last year, and I kept saying, Clowney is one of those guys, you know the name. You know the name of them. And when you really know that name, sometimes you think that they're better than what they may be. As good as he's thought to be, he's never had a 10-sack season. And once I heard that he was looking for $23 million, I was like, dude. $23 million? Are you kidding? $23 million? Come on, Clowney. You're clowning, right? You're clowning. Nah, bro. Nah. $23 million, that's too much. That's way too much. Now, Damian, he didn't bite him in the butt. He wouldn't bite Philly 500, man, because he might be toxic. He might be toxic from all that damn eggnog he drinks. That and those damn cheesesteaks. But you pay D-Law. At least D-Law had a 14-sack year and an 11-sack year, okay? Yeah, we paid D-Law. So we're going to turn around and pay Clowney, a guy who's never had a 10? He had 4.5 last year sacks? 4.5. You want to pay him $23 million for that? That's why he's been going around all over the place. Now he's talked to the Browns, I think. Hey, Cowboy Shaft, I'm a name butcher. That's what I do, man. And it's what I do. I screw up names. I always. He's been making the rounds because he's not getting the money he wants. Cowboy Shaft, yes. We have about $11 million left currently. Now here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff. Oh, I don't have it up here, but there's a lot of things in that number. We have $11 million today. If by chance the Cowboys were smart and they got Dak Prescott's deal done, you'd add about another $10 to $12 million to the cap. Right there. If the Cowboys want some more money, there's Tyrone Crawford, who's on the last year of his deal, which is about a $9.5 million hit. If he doesn't make the team, you get $8.5. You can restructure his contract, or you can say, we need you to take a pay cut. You have 2 kickers currently on the roster. Zerline, I believe, is like $2 million. One of those guys isn't going to make it, so that's going to be some money you get right there. So, in essence, you could easily have $30 million on the cap without a whole lot of pain. If you really and truly wanted some money, you could go through and say, like, Zach Martin, we think you're going to be around for a few years. Restructure your deal, grab about $8 million, just like that. So money's not necessarily an issue. Now, if you want to get Clowney, again, the way it's how you sign a contract. Okay, you could sign him to let's pull this up. Let me explain something to you real quick. Let's take Amari Cooper's deal, for example. Let's actually break this down. Because what you got to realize is when you hear $35 million a year, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're paying $35 million every year on the cap. It's the cap numbers that are crazy. Now, we know we made a $100 million deal for Amari Cooper, right? So it's a $20 million a year deal. But if you look at his cap number for this year, he's only $12 million. Okay? Now, the next year, it's 22. But the way this deal is actually set up is it's only like basically 2 years is what it really amounts to, guaranteed money-wise. It's like $40 million that's guaranteed, which is really 2 years. So after 2 years, you can get out of it. So, for example, if you want to get Clowney, you could sign him to, say, a 3-year, $50 million deal, and the first year might cost you $8 million. But I'm not saying to do that with Clowney because I don't think he's worth that kind of money. I just don't. I do not think he's worth that kind of money. And this is where, let's see, over the cap. Let's pull up another one. Sorry, I don't have this set up. I don't mean to waste our time. If you go down, Dallas Cowboys, here we go. Why are you putting ads up in here? Okay. Dallas Cowboys, it's loading. Y'all want to win the division? We damn sure want to win the division. Well, I want to do more than just win the division. All right, so currently we have $11.25 million. So, as we know, Dak's number currently is a hard cap number. That is the 6th highest cap number in the NFL this season. Okay, let me say it again. That is the 6th highest cap number. We are paying the highest amount possible on the cap for Dak Prescott this year. And it's going to be a problem for next year if you do not, because if you do not get him a long-term deal, and you franchise tag him again, it's going to be almost $38 million for next year. And you could possibly be looking at losing money on the cap. Okay? So, D-Law's 21. Amari Cooper is 12. Zeke Elliott's 10. And see, that's another one of those ones because, Zeke Elliott's deal averages out to 15, but his cap number's only 10. Zach Martin's cap number is 15. Jalen Smith's cap number is 7.7, which is actually pretty good considering they just redid his deal. That's Tyron Smith's 13. And then you have Tyrone Crawford. This is Tyrone Crawford, $9.1 million. If he doesn't make the team, you can save $8 million right there. Gerald McCoy's deal is great. Blake Jarwin is great. Sean Lee, you're not really paying much for him. Don Terry Poe, let's see, where's the kicker? Greg Zuerlein. Greg Zuerlein is right here. So if Greg Zuerlein doesn't make it, right, it's another $1.8 million. So that $11 million is actually going to be quite a bit more after we start making cuts and things for the team. And, you know, if they finally get Dak Prescott, we got basically 2.5 weeks left to get Dak Prescott's deal done, or else that's $31.2 million we're going to pay. So don't be fooled that we can't make a move. And if you're talking about Jamal Adams, okay, the Jets basically are just trying to throw some shit on the wall. They are literally throwing shit on the wall and seeing if the Cowboys would bite. I mean, to say Lyle Collins and the number one, you look at it and say, okay, if I have another tackle, you know, I mean, I'm just going to say hypothetically, if you believe that Connor Williams can play right tackle, if you believe that the governor, Connor McGovern, could play guard, and you're okay with Looney as your center, and you got Badass who could play guard or center as a backup, you could say conceivably, yeah, okay, we could trade Lyle Collins for Jamal Adams. Straight up that way. But there's no way in hell that you trade a starting right tackle that should have been a Pro Bowl player and a number one pick for one guy. No. Oh, and back to Clowney. Clowney says he, you know, would like to play in Dallas. Everybody would like to play in Dallas because you're going to make a name for yourself. You're going to be able to get yourself a show. You're going to be able to get paid being in Dallas, being there at the Dallas Cowboys. You're going to be seen on television by everybody. So, of course, he wants to be with the Cowboys. But he ain't going to be there for, you know, I know he dropped his price down to about $18 million. Screw that. And Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You're talking about that dead money that would be left from Lyle Collins. Yeah, that's the other part of the equation, that if we were to trade him, we'd have, I don't think it's quite 15, I think it would be 12 million in dead money that would be left over. So you would lose that player, you'd lose the number one pick, and then you'd have dead money on top of it. There is no way, no how that's happening. So screw that. Okay, I would rather be without him than to do something crazy that really sets you back, because you don't. Yeah, no, exactly, Jim Van Meter. Welcome to the show. I don't remember seeing you before. Sean Simons. Okay, that must have been a bad comment. It's because y'all keep picking up injury-prone players. Who keeps picking up injury-prone players? Adams to the Cards. I've heard to the Cards, I've heard to the 49ers, but you know, you can hear all kinds of rumors. Nobody really knows. Clowney would free up others on defense. I'm not going to put that bet out there. But here's my thing. Okay. This isn't what I was planning on talking about, but see, here's my thoughts. The Dallas Cowboys, this thing's pissing me off, because I thought, maybe I need to reset my computer, because it's still, I see it's still getting me the little, because I moved the router so it's closer. I've got tons of Wi-Fi speed. I don't know why my cameras are still doing that.
It's on the 5G.
I don't think actually it is. Maybe I should put it on the 5G, because it's.
Because the 5G will probably slow it down.
No.
It's still new technology.
Hold on. Here's my thought. Just humor me, okay? I played nose guard back when I played in college football, JMU, the Dukes, okay, throwback helmet. It was called nose guard. You lined up over the center. You shade a little to the left, you shade a little to the right, okay? But you were over top of the center. the center of the field controlled the field. And that's something that the Dallas Cowboys have not had since Leon led. They haven't really been able to control the middle of the field. Let's be honest now. We have been able to be run on. Gurley and the Rams in the playoffs showed everybody that the Dallas Cowboys sucked up the middle. Problem for our defense. Robert Quinn got lots of sacks last year. D-Law always gets lots of sacks. When the ball is snapped, their job is to get upfield. Right now. Get in that backfield. Right now. Problem is we've been soft in the middle. We've had Malik Collins, who's been good at times when his foot's not messed up. We have Antoine Woods, who might be on the outside looking in right now, who's been, a lot better than advertised. But we couldn't really get a great push up the middle. And what happens when you can't get a good push up the middle and you've got your outside guys going way upfield, that's leaving lanes right through here. We've seen quarterbacks that end up stepping up away from D-Law and Robert Quinn and have a clear view to field because you're not getting a push. This is where this year you've got guys you have to worry about being able to push in the middle. Gerald McCoy, I'm going to tell you, is going to be a difference maker. He's an older veteran that knows the moves. He's got moves. And now he's motivated, lost a little weight, slimmed down, and has got faster and has those skills. Dontari Poe is that fire hydrant, that roll-off dumpster full of dirt that's going to be hard to get moved. And Gallimore is going to be a young pup that's looking to try and get some. This will make all the difference in the world in that defense, because the problem for our defense has been we can't stop the run. People are running on us up the middle. Now the linebackers are having to focus in and cheat in. The safety has to cheat in. And when people run play action, something that we just kind of forgot about, oh my God, don't even get me started on play action. Don't get me started on play action. We get the linebacker sucked in, and boom, you got plays going down the field. This defense is going to change dramatically by having those guys on the defense. I'm telling you. What's up, E2? E2 in the house. Yeah, the Eagles, they love me. They love me because they know they ain't got any good shit to watch. They know, damn, we don't like the Cowboys, but, it's still a good show. It's a good show. Okay, Twan, you missed my point. Twan. I'm not saying Clowney is going to help at nose or, oh my God. Somebody had commented that Clowney will free up others. And what I'm explaining to you is I don't know that I need Clowney to try and free up others, because Dontari Poe, Gerald McCoy are also going to help to free up others for the guys on the outside. And that's the difference, because, Clowney, I got Alden Smith, I'm going to get Randy Gregory, and I got Tyrone Crawford. I got a log jam right now, okay? And I don't honestly believe that Clowney, a guy who disappears at times, is going to be better than those guys collectively. And what I'm telling you is, right now, the front of D-Law, who I'm hoping that Snickers canceled his contract, that he's getting hangry. I want him hangry, okay? That he's going to be really good. By the time I put Gerald McCoy, by the time I put Dontari Poe, and if I end up running a 50 defense, end up having Gallimore in there, and then have Tyrone Crawford or Alden Smith or one of those guys, that's enough on that front that they're going to be able to put enough pressure on that you might not need an in-the-box safety. Not for giving up a number one pick and a Lyle Collins. Sorry, that's just too damn much. I'm okay with Clinton Ha-Ha-Dix and Xavier Woods. I just am for that kind of money. Redskins will win the Bizarro world. I don't know. You know what, Kevin? They got a hell of a defensive front right there, and they got a good coach, okay? Now, they got rid of the dumb Gruden brother. That's another one of those cases where coaching held them down. Okay, anybody who believes that Colt McCoy is a great quarterback and wanted to have him as a starter, I'm sorry, shouldn't be coaching in the NFL. Shouldn't be coaching in the NFL. And I think I need to do something here too, because I see what I got up in here. I see they're getting too happy in here, too comfortable. You damn Eagle fans. Get out. Shout out to Big Man Gaming and James Bumbry for becoming channel members. That's what's up, man. Thank you very, very much. When you hit the join button, it should have actually the email for Michael Anthony to go ahead and get you your shot glasses stuff. If you don't see, if you didn't get that, email me at cowboysmark94gmail, and be sure when you get your shot glass, send me a picture. Send me a picture, please, of you with your shot glass, okay? But Fumble Meet Carson. You know, I'm sick and tired of all these Eagle fans that swear that they got a great quarterback. You know, I'm sick and tired of hearing about, well, he didn't have anybody to throw to. You know what? Zach Ertz in Dallas, who got knocked the F out, those guys are pretty good at catching the football. Those guys had like wide receiver numbers, if I do, if I'm right on that one. And Miles Sanders, that boy's a beast catching the ball. He a hell of a lot better than Zeke Elliott. Because I'm sick and tired of hearing, well, he was throwing to practice squad players. Maybe it was Carson Wentz who's making those receivers look like practice squad receivers. Excuse me, making them look like nobodies. How about that? How about that? Bumbray, it's pronounced? I'm sorry, Bumbray. Bumbray. It's not like hambre, but Bumbray. Okay, all right. Mark, did Mark just play the Eagles Follies? Yeah, we did. Yeah, you know we got to have, that's the way we serve it up in here. We you know how we serve it up in here, man. We got to have a little bit of fun. Our trophy case might be dusty, but the Eagles trophy case still has an echo. Oh, damn. Stop peddling crap. Stop peddling crap. Biff. Hey, Biff. Biff. Come here, Biff. Biff, come here. Biff. Are you close? Biff! Are you new here? This is my house, and I will serve up whatever I want to serve up. It's up to you if you want to be here, okay? If you don't like what I serve, that's okay. That's cool. That's cool. You ain't got to be here, Biff. I never understood how people come in and tell you, y'all don't like this. Okay, cool. It's cool. If you don't, listen, I know, listen, a lot of times my wife looks at me like, ugh. That's cool. You married me, so it's your fault. Okay, you kind of stuck with me. But you, Biff, you ain't stuck with me, man. Bro, just keep on passing. Keep on going past. Keep on past. You know? I know this. I bet you this is the look that Biff's got right now.
What? Look at what? Is it this? Did the screen freeze? Is it still light? Look! Looking for the corona. Oh my God! Look at this! Wow, that has to be the stupidest thing I've ever. Oh my God! Are you gonna take a quarterback quarterback in the second round. Oh my God! Are you kidding me? What did you just trade Carson then? Are you kidding me? You just took a quarterback in the second round. This team is so good.
That's kind of funny, man.
They don't need to take. They don't need anything else, right? They're so good.
Alan Williams is paid right now, buddy.
There has to be something to this. This don't make any sense. Eagles UK, thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry. This is stupidity at its finest. There has to be something else going on.
Yeah. Somebody just said, don't pick on people or they'll report me. Listen, he came at me. See, it's just like, you must not listen to what I said. If you come into my backyard, Roscoe gonna bite your leg off, okay? If you come in the backyard and he don't know you, he gonna bite your leg off. And he should, because you coming into somebody else's house. You don't go into somebody else's house and expect not to get shot or bit by the dog. This is my house. All are welcome. But if you come in and you crap on my floor, you're going to get cussed out. You're going to get cussed out. That's just the way it is. And I see hater number one, and it's hard to believe that anybody who's an Atlanta Falcon fan can be a hater of anybody else's, okay? A ringless wonder team, a team that literally had the biggest choke in the history of the Super Bowl, as far as I'm concerned, blew, 28-3 lead? Come on, man. Come on, man. And Dak does have a contract. He has a franchise tag. True, it's not a long-term deal yet, but hey, he's still going to be playing. Whose house? Mark's house. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? Anthony Martin, how you doing? Carson. Danny loves baseball cards. Carson. Oh, wait, I can't make fun of Carson. Are you saying I can't make fun of Carson Wentz? Because people are always making fun of my quarterback. People making fun of... So it's only one way. People can make fun of Dak Prescott, but we can't say anything about Carson Wentz? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. You cold like DeMarcus? Come on, man. I got nothing but love for Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is a good quarterback. I'm not going to say he's not. He's a good quarterback. But like everybody else, he makes mistakes. See, people keep always bringing up the Dak Prescott. Oh, he couldn't be playoff team. Oh, blah, blah, I think you're right, Kevin, that we hurt their feelings because, see, they don't want to remember the bad times. They only remember the good times. See, they won't talk about that game. They won't talk about that one or like, say, the New Orleans one where he threw like 3 of the worst interceptions you've ever seen. Okay? They just don't want to remember those things. But it's not like every quarterback doesn't have some bad games. Every quarterback does. It's the nature of the beast. Nobody is perfect all the time. They're just not. But it is what it is. Do a show in Philly so we can show you some. I've been to Philly before, Sean. Sean, Joe Boo has been in your training center. He's been inside of there. True story. I've been to the stink during training camp. Went all the way down to the bottom of the link with Joe Boo with the middle finger up and got out alive. I was in Philadelphia there for the draft. Because you know what? I'm gonna pull a Bernie Mac on you. I ain't scared of you, motherfuckers. Okay, I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of you. You guys talk a whole lot of talk, but in the end, you know what you really are. Crystal, man, thank you. I love looking at the Shingles fans run their mouths. And see, you know what? That's the funny thing. Is how much the Eagle fans are pounding their chest. You would have thought that the Eagles fans, that they won the Super Bowl this past year. I'm not discounting that you won the division. You beat us, okay? You beat us, and my quarterback with a hurt shoulder. You beat us with a crappy coach. You beat us. Congratulations. You got more victories than we did. You won the division. Howard Floyd, yo, Mark, why are people telling what to do on your channel? Why don't they go someplace else? This just ain't regular. Man, that's what I'm saying. They come into my house and they're going to say, well, don't say nothing about Carson Wentz. You go come into my house and tell me what to do on my, man, get out of my, get your ass up out of here. Just go. Just go. Because they just love to get attention. That's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to get a little bit of love. But most of the time you go sit your ass down. Twan, yeah. Actually, it's time to actually get serious about that, too. It is serious down in Texas right now. And see, this is the thing, man. I've been... When I talked to my man Q has had more people. I heard a statistic today that 1 in 5 black people know somebody that has been affected and died from us. And I can tell you that I'm definitely one right here. When I talked to Q today, he told us about another member that went to the hospital, didn't make it. And this is like the 3rd or 4th person that, directly that he knows that are gone. I kept saying, that's why we got our shot glass. Keep your ass at home. Because the shit was real. I knew it was like where I'm at in my county. I've got 25% of the state of Virginia's cases are right here in this county. And this hit early. And, when I was talking to a friend that works at the NFL, her husband is a doctor in New York. He wasn't able to come home. They got a newborn baby. He wasn't able to come home. And she worried about losing him, taking care of others, and how the hospitals were overwhelmed. I knew this stuff was real. And I kept saying, keep your ass at home. Go out. Use your hand sanitizer. Wash your hands. Wear a mask and things. And I have so many people that say, man, it's nothing, man. If you're young and all that, that's what really pissed me off. If you're young, it doesn't matter, man. You'll get over it. It's nothing but a cold. It's blown out worse than what people are saying. Well, I know Ellen, who I'm going to get ready to remodel her bathroom. She lost her mother to it. I know Michelle, the one who brought me the Vegemite. She lost her father to it. Q, with all his friends that have lost to it. And others. So this is where I've been saying, wear a mask. And as soon as I say wear a mask, people will say, oh, well, that mask doesn't protect you from anything. It won't stop the coronavirus. But you know what? Here's what I'll say. We were one of the early states. When you first started seeing New York blow up, you had Baltimore and D.C. and Virginia. Our numbers were going up there. It hadn't hit down in Texas and Arizona and Florida. And they shut things down. Wear a mask, you go into businesses. Social distance. And we've been doing this stuff steadily, slowly. Our growth rate's like 2.5% right now. In the meantime, everybody's talking. I'm looking at Q over at Buc-ee's about a month ago. Q, I don't know if you're still in here. It blew me away. He's in Buc-ee's, which I know they got the great beef jerky and all that. I see crowds of people in there grabbing beer, grabbing beef jerky and everything else. Ain't nobody social. This ain't nobody. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm sitting here talking to Mike. He said that he had a customer that came in to a store the other day, and they have a mandatory mask thing, and she said, well, I'm from Dallas County and stuff, and we don't wear masks, and I'm not going to wear one. Well, I tell you what, we've been wearing masks up here. We ain't got the problems you got. And even if it's not perfect, are you willing to risk your life not wearing one? If it only offers you 50% greater odds of not getting it, you're just going to say you're not going to do it? Come on, man. I'm sick and tired of people saying it's my right not to. It's your right to be able to kill others. Maybe you get it and you're fine, but how about the next person you pass it to? So yeah, if you want a football season, if you want to get back to life in general, you want to get this thing gone, wear a goddamn mask. I can go to the beach another year. I can go to a bar another time. I can buy me, for the cost of a couple of drinks, I can get me a whole goddamn bottle and have it here. So let's get real on this stuff, man. Wear a mask. Ready? When they were opening up, man, I was just like, man, prayers. I mean, listen, Zeke Elliott got it. Zeke. Mike Gogue, thank you very much for becoming a channel member. Make sure you email me too at Cowboys Mark, or make sure you check the community tab. There's also an email in there. A thing there with the email address on it. So well, Frank, okay, I'll be honest with you. When I go on the bike path, we have a bike path. It's about 7 feet wide. When we go walk the dog, I don't always wear one there. But when I go to Home Depot, the grocery store, anything like that, I got my mask, huh? Right. But, but, I mean, we're outside. It's not like we got a mass crowd. I'm not hanging in a crowd. But one other thing, just real quick, though. The crazy thing is, we've seen the protests and the marches, right? I really think, Jack got me thinking about this. Well, here's what I want you to think about, though. I swear, being outside, one, you got the sunlight that's out there and everything else. You got the air moving and things. It's harder to be closed in. But when I think about going to a restaurant, I'm a germaphobe anyway. You know, the restaurants say, oh, well, we're cleaning up the tables, with bleach and wiping that down. We're wiping that stuff down. We're wiping down the menus. We're not having any open container. That's great. That's great. But I'm sitting here thinking, have you ever sneezed in the light and you see it, everything goes everywhere? You have some people when they're talking to you, they kind of spray a little bit. You're kind of like, ugh, damn, dude. They say that this stuff floats around in the air. So it's great that you're wiping this down, but it's got to come down in the air to get down to here. So if I'm in a restaurant full of people, that air, it ain't being circulated. It's just sitting there floating around. So to me, going in the restaurant and eating, I don't know. Because we're seeing all the people at the bars, seeing all the people at the restaurants, seeing people going to movie theaters and stuff. That's where I'm like, yo, no. I think you need to have air moving around. That's just me. I know that outside, it moves around. It ventilates. It expands. I know that everybody who comes in here, that is floating around in here. And I saw somebody in here is like, I'm not going to wear a mask. Okay, you're a freaking idiot. Okay? You're a freaking idiot. You are a selfish freaking idiot. Because what you're saying is, I don't give a rat's ass about anybody other than myself. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to. I don't care if I pass it on to Mark's mom and she dies from it. I don't care if I end up getting, let's say, Tony Dorsett, that gets passed on to him because it came from me. I don't care about that. All I care about is me and my rights. Well, you know what? I should have a right to go ahead and live and have you from polluting me. How about that? Amen on that one. A bus, a train, a plane, going to the airport, and all that. And feel free. I'm going to say this right now. Listen, feel free not to watch my channel if you really want to be that way. Okay, if I lose, you're freaking okay. Please feel free to just don't watch me then. Don't watch me. Feel free not to watch me. If you really believe that you're an idiot to wear a mask, that please, I don't need you. I don't need you. And make sure you keep your ass away from me, because you think that all that stuff is going on right now in Texas, that's bullshit, that's fake. The hospitals literally are overrun. I met a woman who said she's not afraid. Yeah, there's a lot of people that say they're not afraid of something until it happens to them. A lot of you heard this story before. Strep throat. A lot of you guys have had strep throat before, right? Right? Strep throat. You know it's strep throat. You got that dry cough. They give you the zinc lozenges, right? The zinc lozenges. You have it for a couple of weeks and you're over it. But in rare cases, it gets in your bloodstream and it will attack you and becomes a flesh-eating bacteria. In 1994, between Christmas and New Year's, because Christmas Day was on Sunday, Wednesday, I woke up with a little red spot, this color, on my knee. This little red spot. And my knee just felt kind of stiff. I'm like, the fuck? This is not the one I tore my ACL, and this is the other one. Didn't think much about it. The next day, starts swelling up. It's really kind of stiff. And I said to myself, well, if it's not better by tomorrow, I'll call the doctor, make an appointment. Friday, it's swollen up a lot more. I call the doctor and they say, well, we're closing the office early because tomorrow's New Year's Eve. We'll make an appointment for you for Monday. If it's really bothering you, go to the hospital, get some medication. We'll see you Monday. Saturday morning when I woke up, I had 104 temperature. My knee was this color and it was the size of a basketball. My brother carried me out of the bed downstairs, put me in a car, took me to Potomac Hospital. And this is the first time I've ever been to a hospital that I never filled out anything. They took one look at me, they wheeled me in the back, put me on a gurney, put me in an ambulance and sent me to another hospital. When I got into the doorway, I'll never forget it because there was about 20 people around me, including them taking a big-ass needle and jamming it in my knee as I'm being wheeled down the hallway. I spent the next 2 weeks in isolation, having 3 knee operations. The first one being my knee scoped because they're trying to get rid of the flesh-eating bacteria that came from the strep throat. The Streptococcus A infection. The infection was so thick that they couldn't get it to come out of the tubes, in which case they had to cut my knee from here to here, open it up, scrape out the infection, didn't sew it up. They packed it like that. And 3 days later, they went back in to clean it out. Spent 2 months on IV antibiotics. Yeah, strep throat. It ain't that big a deal. It's not that big a deal for some people. When I had this, there were 12 cases in the state of Virginia. 8 of them died from it. So are all you idiots out there that say, it ain't that bad. If you're young, it's nothing to worry about. Why do I care? Because this shit is real. And this shit can kill you. or somebody that you may love. And when you start talking about over 120,000 people that are not here right now, in a matter of 4 months, we were in Vietnam for 10 years, and we have now lost twice as many people in 5 months as we have in Vietnam twice. So if you are that kind of selfish or that freaking stupid, feel free not to watch me, because I do not need somebody that's willing to put my life and others' life in jeopardy. How about that? And that's not where I wanted to go, because I know we got Peoples Aguilar up here who was fighting for his life in the hospital. And everybody out here, and like I said, Q, my thoughts and prayers go out to you and your family. You've had too many people that have been lost in there. Michelle, losing your dad. This stuff is real, and we have to start acting like it's real, because we all keep saying it's my right. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I want to do. All you're doing is making it prolonged. If we had all done like New York and Pennsylvania and all that, if we had all just said, let's just be cool. Let's just be cool. Let this thing die out. Let's do some testing. Let's get everybody who's got it, get them isolated, and stop spreading it. We'd be like France that just opened up the Eiffel Tower again yesterday. But instead, we got people that are running around like freaking idiots that are like, oh, man, man, it's my right to go. I'm not going to work. Man, I'm sorry. You're stupid. Can you stop talking about your stinky team, please? Danny, you're new here, aren't you? Danny? This is the Joe Boo Sports Report and Mark Holmes. Do you see what shirt I'm wearing? Cowboys. Now, in case you didn't know, Danny loves baseball cards. First thing, this is a football channel. The baseball card channel, that's down the hallway. That's down the hallway, okay? So if you come into a Dallas Cowboy YouTuber's house and channel, especially when you see him wearing Dallas Cowboys, you see Dallas Cowboys paraphernalia, we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. I just don't see how you guys don't get that. You can't fix stupid. You just can't fix stupid, can you? Preach, bro. Tonight must just be idiot hour. They must have just let all of the Eagle fans out the asylum, insane asylum, because they're worried about them getting corona. They just let them all out free, and now they're all in here. That must be what it is, because we've got a whole lot of idiots that are. There's more than usual. Damn. I don't know what to do.
Does anybody know? Did anybody just watch? Am I the only person? Do I speak dog?
Yes, you do.
Rough, mother humper. Rough, mother humper. Rough, mother humper. Rough, mother humper. Rough, mother humper.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is where I was saying earlier.
what is Carr supposed to do? Urge drop
I
the
should have
ball in
said
the
that
end
field goal
zone.
earlier. Now the only thing.
Brethren, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to try and protect myself, and I'm going to try and protect others. And I'm going to try and do everything I can to help others as much as possible to try and get through this thing. Because all I know is this. It's sad to me, as I look at where we have come, where everything is, you're either with me or you're against me. And if you don't agree with me, it's screw you. That we won't work together. Because, see, this country, we were always the country that everybody looked up to lead. That when the shit hit the fan, we all came together to fight the common enemy. And right now, we got everybody just kind of like, yeah, screw that. It's not real. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. We need everybody to get together to fight this. This is a war. I don't understand how people don't understand it. This is war. You're under 10 years old. Danny, what are you doing up on it? Danny, if you're only 10 years old, why are you out on a computer? Where is your mama? Where is your mama? Mark, we seeing 400 COVID patients a day. VZP, where are you located, man? 400 a day? I pray for you, bro. He's worried about football and his precious Dak. I'm worried about my life of others, my Dallas Cowboys, a football season, my country, our finances, job. I'm worried about a lot of things. You must be the only YouTube podcast. I guess I must be. Awesomeness TV, man, come on. You know you put in a joke on that one. Redskins rule. They rule the dumpster. Bedtime, Danny. Get your bottle. His mom is social distancing. Okay. COVID is the new plague. Be safe. Danny Dimes on my mind. Philadelphia underdogs. Okay. Well, I tell you what. We've actually gone in a little overtime today. And Roscoe, go get him. Go get Danny. Go get Danny. It's time to go ahead and get ready to get out of here. But I've got to get, forgive me, I've been quite busy, and I got to add some more pictures to our shot glass videotape here, and I'll get them by Monday, okay? And I've still got to figure out what the hell is the reason why I keep getting that little blip on the camera. It's driving me crazy. I got the Wi-Fi has got more speed than I know what to do with. Dallas had 496 cases today. Damn. Asmodeus, thank you very much for the super chat. Mark, in 12-minute show, Shannon Sharp said skip 38 times. Skip has his name one time. Damn. 12-minute show, he said skip. I can believe it. Good night, Miss Jackie. But everybody, get your shot glass ready, except for Danny. Danny, you get your bottle. Danny, you get your bottle, okay? Because it's time for our shots. Danny, you only get a shot of milk. right. So, this video, that's okay. Beach Ball Chronicles, it's okay. It's the end of the show, man. It's my way of saying thank you to all the great fans that have supported the channel and stuff, because I'm getting out of here and getting my shot on. Brethren, it's so funny that you have the audacity, being a Falcon fan that has never had a Super Bowl victory, that your team has literally gone to 2 Super Bowls and choked at both of them. But if it helps you sleep at night, brother, if it helps you sleep at night, let me know when you get one, okay? All right, y'all. I'll see you guys soon. Be safe out there, and please wear a mask. Please wear a mask.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.